Hey there, fellow K-pop enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered how K-pop has evolved over the years? How do different groups bring their unique flair to the scene? Well, today's the day we dive deep into the captivating world of K-pop generations. So are you ready to journey through time and explore the mesmerizing transformations that have taken place in the K-pop industry? Let's get started. 1. First generation. It goes without saying that the emergence of K-pop idol groups is what defines the first generation. The genre and culture were established with the creation of Korea's first boy group by SM Entertainment, whose design was inspired by American boy bands and Japanese idols. Following Hot, rivalry in the production of idol groups was started by other recently founded companies like DSP Media. The first generation is made up of the Sechs Kies, SES, and Finn, KL. Before the second generation of K-pop emerged, there was a brief phase that included experimental groups. This generation included bands like Shinhwa, Click B, God, Chakra, Jewelry, and BOA, among others. K-pop as a genre and culture started to acquire some traction in China, Japan, and other East Asian nations during the Generation 1 period. Around this time, certain international press started to aggressively report on K-pop and Korean stars, leading to the coining of the term Hallyu, or the Korean Wave. 2. Second generation. In the middle of Korea's economic crisis, the second generation of K-pop emerged. However, K-pop has become one of the nation's most lucrative sectors due to its tremendous commercialization. The second generation was largely responsible for developing the idol business model as we currently understand it. During this time, popular groups including TVXQ, SS501, Big Bang, Super Junior, Girls' Generation, and Wonder Girls rose to prominence. The second K-pop generation is when things started to take off outside of Korea as well. During this time, the notion of idol groups undertaking world tours also gained popularity. The second generation of boy and girl groups abandoned the mysterious, untouchable celebrity act in favor of the friendly neighborhood star idea, in contrast to the idols of the previous generation. K-pop stars started making TV appearances, making their own reality series, and even landing parts in K-dramas. A wave of idol groups, including Shinee, 2PM, Infinite, FX, 2NE1, Sistar, and others emerged as a result of the early second-generation idol groups' popularity. As fans started to demand more from these groups than just singing and dance skills, more multi-dimensional idols started to make their debut. Then, at the beginning of 2010, YouTube began to develop into the indispensable platform it is today. Many idols seized the chance to connect with followers across the world via YouTube. In other words, people who would not have heard about K-pop otherwise started to learn about it. By 2012, Psy's Gangnam Style had irrevocably altered the paradigm. 3. Third generation. The third generation then arrived, which effectively transformed the K-pop genre and culture all across the world. Their target audiences, being international, would be the defining characteristic of third-generation boy and girl groups. The spread of K-pop around the world was facilitated by social media sites like Twitter and Instagram, as well as streaming services like YouTube and Naver. Additionally, third-generation idols made greater investments in creating and narrating the group concepts and/or universes to draw in followers who need and require more than simply the music. In addition to the songs, K-pop as a genre had an unheard-of rise in the caliber of choreographies, music videos, promotional materials, merchandising, and other elements. This generation was founded by bands including EXO, NU'EST, VIX, BTS, GOT7, Red Velvet, Twice, Blackpink, G-Friend, and others. By 2016, K-pop had expanded mostly because of the Produce 101 series' enormous success, both domestically and abroad. The series, while later being exposed as a fraud, permanently impacted the K-pop industry by giving the fandoms, the culture's customers, greater influence and authority. In particular, this generation marked a dramatic shift in K-pop's emphasis on understanding and meeting fan requirements. Generation 3 is also made up of bands like 17, Monsta X, NCT, Wanna One, IOI, and Cosmic Girls that gained popularity during the K-pop industry's frantic changeover. Number 4. Fourth generation. Last but not least, K-pop is presently transitioning into its fourth generation. The genre and culture grew significantly during the last 3 generations. All restrictions have been lifted in this new K-pop age. K-pop is no longer based in Korea as a genre or a culture. Groups like TXT, ITZY, Stray Kids, ATEEZ, and Luna are already leading this barrier-free K-pop just 1 year into the generation. And there you have it, our journey through the generations in K-pop. If you enjoyed this exploration of K-pop generations, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future discussion. We'd love to hear your thoughts and favorite generations in the comments section below. Until next time, keep spreading the K-pop love.